This was simply built into the soil on purpose. Just made sense to them back then, they weren't smart like we are now. So, and the streets, the shops up ahead here, these have got downstairs basements because they didn't have fridges. So
they needed somewhere to store all the ice, you see. Ice cellars.
Right, they're ice cellars. And coal bunkers as well, Yeah, they just stuck them in these holes. Really, just kick a few coals in there every now and again. That's all they need to do. I'm with Ian again. And, hello, mate. All right. Oh, you got to be open still, do you?
Yeah, we operate under off license.
Okay.
We're essential, apparently.
Sorry?
We're essential.
Essential, yes. Well, in South Africa, where I'm from, they've stopped alcohol altogether.
Have they?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Fags and booze.
Really?
No more.
Riots.
Well, I say that because I wonder if there would be. Maybe that's what they want.
Yeah.
But they, may presage what's still to come here. So seeing things roll around.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to be honest, as you see in football, we're not getting only limited to one person in the shop at each time.
Wow.
And football's non-existent. But we're doing, very safe home deliveries. We're dropping off the doorstep, ringing the bell, walking away. So that's keeping us going.
Knock and drop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. It's changing the face of our world.
It is. We'll see what comes out of it.
Another few weeks, do you think?
I'd say at least another 4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, at
Okay.
least.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you think the government's doing enough?
I think that if you look at it compared to other countries,
Mhm.
we're doing more.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Not much more we can do, is there?
not really. No. I mean, they're trying as hard as they can to keep everybody ticking over.
Mm.
And there's grants coming to us in April to help us, and all these businesses as well.
Yeah.
Rates have been relaxed, VAT's been relaxed.
Right.
We can't really do anything more without bankrupting the country, and then
Yeah.
we come out the other end
Yeah.
with no businesses left anyway.
Yeah. I mean, if it drags on more than 4 to 6 weeks, then that
I think-
becomes a possibility.
I think the plans that we've got in at the moment, really, 12 weeks is what they're really budgeted for.
Right.
Anything over that, then it's going to get a bit hairy.
Right.
But you just got to break the back of it. You've got to get that spike in increasing in cases.
Yeah.
So the second that it starts to drop, and then you can
Start to relax.
Start to plan.
Yeah.
Until that happens, it's all in limbo.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where does the money come from that they pay
Central government. So I mean, it's probably borrowed.
from?
China, probably.
So our children are.
People who got money in the
our-
world at the moment.
Yeah. So our children will have to. Well, no, because I've done a little bit of research on. Right.
I mean, the IMF take care, mate.
Cheers, mate. They can just print money, right, at the
They can,
printers.
but it devalues your country. But the IMF have a massive fund that's available to all countries, and you can dip into and out of it, and the interest rates they charge at the moment, absolutely nothing. So
Right.
it's free money at the moment.
Okay.
But, you can have to pay for it at some
In the
point,
future, yeah.
and that's
The rates will go up,
rates
perhaps.
will go up, taxes will go up,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
But if that gets you through this
Yeah.
awful time, then
Yeah.
it's a small price.
Yeah. Do you know anyone who's died of COVID?
I don't know. No, absolutely not.
Mm.
I not actually have any experience of any friends, relatives, or anything actually being confirmed with it, let alone death.
How about?
So,
Yeah.
But Lincoln is a sleepy town. We do kind of self-isolate in a way because our town isn't condensed like massive cities, and most people live, in a kind of a countryside life, more than a
Semi-rural.
city.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I suppose that helps.
Yeah.
You cram people into a confined space, then the chances of these things spreading is a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got to wait and see.
Yeah.
Sort of waiting game.
Yeah. Do you know anyone who's died of cancer?
Yeah, quite a few.
We all know people who died of cancer, but
Absolutely.
we've never shut anything down for
We
that.
haven't changed those certain, those lifestyle things that
Yeah.
that add to the increased rates of cancer, or
Yeah.
foodstuffs that the government should regulate. But I don't know, that's part of the machine, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not convinced yet that because I don't know anyone who's got it, and from some of the research I've done, it suggests that COVID or coronaviruses have been around for a long time. We've been carrying them within us for a long time. So what if you or I were already for years now carrying a little thing called that they could test for, that's called COVID-19, and they say, oh, you've got it too. So if for some reason you were to die, say, of cancer, and had they found COVID with you, they'd say today you died of COVID.
Yeah, the
Rather-
reporting is skewed, definitely. During the times that we do have flu epidemics that are known flu epidemics, I mean, this is a new one. This is the first time they've come across it, except outside the Wuhan area. But if you died of cancer, you would die of cancer. The way that it's been skewed by the reporting and the documentation, if you tested positive for COVID, you are said to have died of COVID.
Yeah.
But if you look at Italy, the average age of the person that would die now, I mean, thousands upon thousands, but 81 is the average age.
Yeah.
There's underlying health issues there with
Spot
every
on.
single person 81
Spot on.
years old.
Yeah.
It could have been a common cold that killed
Yeah.
pneumonia or whatever.
Yeah.
But because they tested positive or
For COVID.
carrying COVID, it's been documented as a COVID death. So
Yeah. Now, in the normal scheme of things, it wouldn't matter if the number crunchers were fiddling around with things, but that they've shut down the entire planet,
yeah,
if I can use that term.
This is a a more prevalent strain, and the effects it has on the human body are a lot different to your normal flu virus. I mean, your normal flu virus will sit in your throat, in your nose, give you a cold,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
This one attacks your lungs and deems your lungs, invalid, really.
Yeah.
The ability
Yeah.
to actually absorb oxygen.
Doesn't pneumonia kind of do that as well?
Pneumonia does that, but in a slightly different way. But pneumonia isn't a spreadable disease like this one is.
Right.
Droplets of water in the air on surfaces for 24 hours. and
Have
things
you
like that.
have you had any mail or any post notifying you about 5G connectivity in the area being installed?
We get updates on the phones every now and then from particular carriers, but not at a particular.
So is Lincolnshire having 5G?
It will eventually, but of course, population.
Hello.
Where
How are you doing?
Thanks,
Good. Stay well. Keep smiling. Cool.
The other day, and nowhere in Lincolnshire's got 5G.
No, they're probably installing it or whatever.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of work on the towers lately. I get an update every 5 days that they're doing improvement works on a particular tower, and we might be down in this postcode area. But of course, they're going to go to London, Birmingham, Manchester, the bigger populated cities, because that's where their client base is.
Yeah.
Well, some
If you
people
can't
are
get
saying
5G, you're not going to buy a 5G phone.
right.
But if you can
Exactly.
get it, you might get the new,
Yeah.
Note 10 plus
Yeah.
5G that has 5G and reap those benefits. But yeah, in Lincoln, we're 10 years, 15 years behind the times. We're a sleepy little town. We're a city, but we're not.
Do you know,
Yeah.
know where the first place where they turned the 5G on was?
No.
Wuhan.
Was
province.
it? Oh, bloody way. Wow, that's a good conspiracy
Yeah.
theory, isn't it?
There's a correlation. Have a look at the hotspots
Oh, really?
for COVID
And,
and 5G.
well, I think the correlation there is density.
Right.
Density of population. Your 5G is in places with density of population where people, grab the tube, grab buses together and things like that. I think that's your connection there. Other than that, might be brought from UFOs or something like that.
Well, if I can, as we leave, I want to leave you with this idea that the 5G uses microwave technology, right? And we use microwaves for cooking things. Now, I know obviously the microwave in the kitchen is more powerful when you're inside the little box than it is, say, on a tower 50 meters away from you. But there is this idea that because it sort of interrupts with water, or it vibrates, microwaves vibrate molecules of moisture so as to create the heat. Well, it's possible that some people may be susceptible to these, because we've always said the cell towers can cause a radiation sickness around them and so on. So there's no really debate about that. But these 5G ones are at a different level, and that their power is such that their power is such that it might be making people sick. And what we might see is that this 5G, because as far as I can tell, the hospitals in the UK are not overloaded with patients. From all the friends that I've got that have said, yes, we've been to our local hospital and there's nothing really going on there. So what I think might be about to happen is they turn on the 5G and people might become sick like they did in Wuhan. That's a huge conspiracy theory, but offer that as a way.
I mean, there's ways to monitor that, I suppose.
Yeah.
In the coming months, if
Yeah.
you do turn things
Yeah.
on and it spikes, then
Because like you, everyone I've spoken to doesn't actually. One person I know one or two people that know of someone who's had a test and it came back positive. So I wouldn't say I know of no one, but they weren't in any particular way sicker than any other time. You know, they haven't died, and you know, and no one I know of is in that sort of situation, other than those who were.
So
Yes,
this theory, is this something that you've personally noted, or is it something?
there's a lot of researchers on the on the web doing their own due diligence, and I'm sort of you know, streaming, you know, looking over what they're doing. And, you know, I'm not a 5G expert, but the 5G experts, it's their research and their sort of teachings or lectures that I'm listening to say, yes, this is what's possibly happening or what potentially could be happening. And so if that was going to be the case, that you knew that you had a technological leap forward that was going to cause more people to initially have some kind of reaction to that, then you would presage that by saying, there's a virus going around. So if someone in your family does fall ill, you'll ascribe it to that, and you won't have a go at 5G companies. You won't say, heck, it's you guys making us sick. And down the line, when you think about the rise in numbers of cancers that we've seen in our lifetimes, is it to do with the EMFs that are increasingly circulating us? And then do we see a spike in all of these kind of conditions, dementias and so on, that might be attributed to vibration or frequency modulation that's going through our bodies all the time? So it's
interesting.
Yeah, because all we're seeing is ghost towns and ghost hospitals and so on, and people acting like someone died and staying away from each other on the basis of something that's only in the media, as far as I can tell, but not very much in real life. And it may, as we said, because coronavirus has been known about for decades anyways. It's just this version of it that apparently is so dangerous and so on that we have to shut the entirety of our economy down. For me, I'm not seeing enough evidence of that. I think we're being played.
This will come out in the wash, hopefully.
Well, the guys who run the game always manage to sort of get through playing these tricks on the people, and then finding some way of returning to normal. Like they create this problem, pandemic, financial collapse, something else, and then they say, "Oh, gosh, but we've got a solution for you." Whether it be a world government under the UN, or it be some other kind of giving up of power, or in this case, paying a lot more simply to live because the taxes must follow this expenditure. Someone's going to pay for this holiday, you know, or this stay away from each other occasion. Anyway, my name's Dave. I have enjoyed. Can I shake your hand? Would you?
Go on, then, yeah.
Brave man.
I'm Craig.
Craig, lovely to have spoken with you.
Take
All the
care,
best.
guys.
Stay well.
Brilliant.
Good luck.
Nice to meet you.
Enjoy your time in Lincoln.
Thanks.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Cheers. So we decided to go live again and just do a little. Hey, there's a guy from the Mail. Good day, mate. How are you? All right. I'm surprised you're not wearing an obligatory mask. Anyway, we thought we'd go do a little walk around in Lincoln Town. I've got a piece of chalk in my hand and maybe just ask some questions of the good folk that are around. There's plenty of evidence of the older. We were talking about mud flood before I got to speak to. Was his name Steve? No. Chris. What was that guy's name? That was such a great conversation. But as you can see, this window. Really, guys, why do you need to make excuses about it? Why can't you simply say what you see? You see a window submerged below, or a floor having lifted up. I mean, it's just so obvious. There should be nothing to fear. Whatever's coming will be. Good day, mate. You all right? Good. Look at that. Welcome to Lincoln Cathedral. There's no one around. It's Tuesday. Is that right? Tuesday today? Built by simple people with basic tools for hammering and shaping stones. We're very much of the club that the group, the mindset that there's a lot of cladding going on over older buildings. Certainly after the Letton Hall experience, and I hope you've all gone to see my very well put together documentary on Letton Hall. After that, I'm pretty sure, well, we feel sure that you can often scratch beneath the surface and find an original building, but the magnificence of this twin pillars, recently refurbished. I mean, this is, as the guy said, it's a small town. It's a small, sleepy town. Today, how could it have ever warranted such a magnificent structure? Technasmia. And doors below the street. They just couldn't be bothered to level this off when they built it, really, could they? It was just too much trouble. But that wasn't. Are you doing well, my friends? I'm taking a walk and doing the same now. Before the start, a love virus match. Is this how our love Christ would have us treat each other? Yeah. This is totally against nature, by the way. This is totally against nature. Gaining wisdom. And the bells toll. What they're doing is completely against nature. Guys, nice to see you out. Brave? No? You're not worried? You're not worried, eh?
As long as we're not touching anyone.
You don't want to touch anyone? Well, normally we don't go around touching people in public, but that's all right.
But we got a grant for coming out for a walk once again.
You got a grant to come out for a walk? Oh, fantastic.
Are you recording me?
Yeah, you don't mind, do you?
I do, yeah.
All right, I'll record me then.
Please.
You enjoy your walk, my friend, and have no fear.
Aren't you scared?
Not at all. There's nothing to fear.
There's nothing to fear.
Do you know anyone who's died of COVID-19?
Not really, not personally.
No one I know of knows of anyone
So
who's
it
died of
doesn't
COVID.
exist, right?
Well, I'm not saying
It's
it.
a myth.
Well, it's there's people are testing positive for something called COVID-19, but that doesn't mean that there is this killer virus that is about to overwhelm humanity. The numbers of people who've died are not even large by comparison to the number of people that normally die from flu every year. You know, when you're old, very old, and you're sick, you've been having lots of treatment for cancer or whatever, and your body is racked with illness, and then you get a flu. Like that, you can die. Just like that. And this is happening for hundreds of thousands of people every year in the world. Now they've identified one of these flus, these things, and they've called it COVID-19, and they've said it's particularly virulent and it'll spread easily, and when you get it, it's going to be a risk. Right. The percentage of people that get it and die at the moment is not abnormal, as according to normal flus and so on. So we feel for sure that this is a psychological operation on the people to mess with people at a very important time. Did you know that corona is Old Latin for crown?
Yeah.
And did you know your crown chakra is at the top of your head, just above your head, in your pineal gland, your third eye, right? So we think that what they're trying to do, so what we're trying to do is they're trying to mess with your pineal gland, with your crown chakra, with your head, with yourself, at a very important time in the human story of our
development.
our unfolding, our moving towards a closer relationship with God. Do you believe in a creator?
Yes.
Okay, so we are eventually going back to our creator, but we are in a world that is very, some say demonic, satanic, run by, evil, if you like, whatever you want to say. It's a dark world that we live in. And we're trying to return to we're trying to return to a lighter world, and the truth is that this might be that time. Have you heard of the Age of Aquarius?
No.
The Age of Aquarius is that the stars in the sky move through a 26,000 year cycle
Okay.
through the 12 constellations, right? And so for a few thousand years, it sits in one house. It's been in Pisces for about 2,000 years, and now we're going into the Age of Aquarius. And in
Aquarius.
the,
Oh, okay. Is that the horoscope sign?
kind of, yeah, it's all to do with astrology.
Okay.
And in this astrology of the world, we go through these cyclical periods of golden times
Okay.
and dark times or low times.
Yeah, yeah.
And we've been in a low time, we believe, and
So
that we're
it's like-
moving towards a high time.
So, yeah, I can see that. Okay.
Okay. So we think that what the powers that be from the dark team are trying to hold back the players from the light team.
Yeah.
Think of Game of Thrones, and it's
Right.
like they're trying to hold back the light team from achieving its true God-given mission, its purpose.
Okay.
To find a closer relationship to the divinity. I say to people, even like, what if the story of Christ is the story of each of us, and you have the Christ light inside of you, and your life mission is to release that light and to allow it to flourish totally.
Okay.
But the system is trying to stop it. And from the moment you are born, it's trying to poison your body, your mind, and ultimately your soul. And right now, with the coronavirus, it is poisoning the mind, and it is damaging the soul, the body of God, because if we are all of the Creator, we are all of the same creation, and we are no longer touching each other. We are frightened of each other. We actually hate nature. People don't even want to have children anymore because they hate nature so much. So we think that this whole thing is a scam designed to rob you of your true Christ or your true God connection.
Who are the people who don't want to have children? Who do you think are the people who don't want to have children?
I meet young ladies today who think that humanity is so dark, so bad, such a scourge on the planet that they just waste stuff, resources and stuff like that. There's too many people on Earth. They shouldn't have babies. We are killing Mother Earth, is what they like to think. The truth is, we can't kill Earth. Earth is invincible. Earth is far more powerful than humans are. But we're meant to. It's like a tree saying, "Oh, I don't want my acorns to fall on the ground and form new trees." That's a crazy notion. A tree wants for there to be offspring.
Yeah.
Any animal in the wild wants to have offspring. That's their natural calling.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But they have taken that natural calling away. They have taken that natural instinct away, and they've tried to encourage homosexuality and all sorts of things that rob you of rob humanity of its desire to procreate and to love the world that we live in.
Okay.
This system wants us to hate each other, hate the world, hate the way it is, and stuff like that. And that hate is like a low vibration, as I said earlier on. It keeps you in the lower chakra, and you will never achieve your God-given purpose to be a light, to be a light of love, to spread love amongst your brotherhood, your sisterhood, those around you, and so on. Now we're all in fear. We hunkered down. We're waiting for the next sort of gift from the government, for them to kind of tell us what to do next and all this, like a big daddy, right? When if in fact is that God created you in God's image, and therefore there should be nothing in between you and God. No government, no fear, just love and the knowledge that you are infinite and eternal.
No space either.
No space. Space is fake, my friend. They've lied to us about everything. Everything. I want to shake your hand. My name is Dave.
My name is Yari.
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 Yes.
Lovely to meet you, brother.
I was gonna say, did you know that Corona,
Yeah.
have you seen the structure of a virus before?
I've seen
you seen
CGI.
Have you seen the structure of the head of the virus is like a crown?
Yes.
So that's why Corona is
Yes.
given the name
Yes. Yes.
that virus. you
Yes.
know?
But can I offer you something that the viruses, by the way, that we ever see, if you Google viruses and stuff, all you ever get is a cartoon, like a CGI, because they can't actually take a photograph or any image of virus. We don't even know if viruses are
With a
real.
microscope you can.
Well, if
You
but
can
do
with a
yourself, well,
microscope.
I'd be happy to be proven wrong by anybody, but go and Google it for yourself and see if you can find a virus under a microscope. Honestly, try that for yourself.
I mean, the microscope itself can take images.
Have you heard of 5G?
Yeah.
Right. It's a theory. It's the 5G microwave radiation.
That's causing the
It's
COVID-19.
going to make people ill. Yeah.
There's a theory
And they're
that
covering it up because they want to quietly switch us over to this new 5G system. And when they turn it on, if a lot of people are going to not be able to handle the frequency and they'll die.
Yeah.
That's going to be very obvious if they announce that they're turning 5G on and then a load of people will get ill. So if they turn it on quietly over a period of months, while we're all indoors, and tell us really it's this virus.
Because you know what? They turned on 5G first in Wuhan
and
province.
this-
That's where they
where
turned it
this
on
virus
first,
is
where the
supposed
virus
to
came
come from.
started from.
That's where they turn the 5G on.
So it's an interesting theory, and we were talking just now to a gentleman about it because they use microwave for 5G, right? It's not millimeter. It's like this millimeter wave or microwave, which is like a microwave oven. It's almost like it's going to cook some people, or some people are going to be hurt by it. And this is what we think might be about to happen because the hospitals are empty, my brother. The hospitals at the moment are not. You're not seeing people walking around falling over. You don't know people that are going, oh my God, oh my chest, now I'm dead. That's not happening. That's
because
not happening.
everyone's inside in lockdown. That's why.
So,
Don't you think
no-
the lockdown is supposed to make people stay in their houses and let them die in their houses and not let them spread in the street?
Well,
You know,
but the people weren't. If
purpose of-
okay. So if you
the
and I.
national health system cannot handle all the people because it's not designed.
Okay,
to-
so if 2-3 weeks ago, before the lockdown came, right? If you and I had been walking around town here in Lincoln and we'd seen 1-2 people fall over dead like that, or if we knew in our circle of friends,
most
1-2 people.
There'll be spice heads.
No, but I mean
I've
seriously,
saved a
like
couple and then the ambulance never came because they know it's spice.
yeah.
And they know that they will just walk up
Yeah.
like after a couple of minutes. My mate is just waiting for me. But,
All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, as we say, we are not seeing
chat.
evidence of people dying.
I'd like to
or
see
yeah.
other perspectives of things. This was very interesting. I'm not religious myself.
Yeah.
I believe that like the world runs on frequencies and energy.
Yes,
And
brother.
we all just energy.
Yes.
forms. The
Agreed.
perception of God and Jesus, the way you see it, I see as like I see God as consciousness, you know?
All right.
So consciousness, if God is consciousness, us humans are the human form of consciousness. So
Yeah.
Jesus being in the form
Yeah.
of God,
Yeah.
the living form,
Yeah.
and the Holy Spirit is the collective of consciousness. That's how I see it.
good.
It's not Christian
Yeah.
because I grew up in a Muslim family.
Okay.
At the age of 16, I stopped believing in Islam because I started to see the world in a different perspective, and now I
Good for
developed
you.
mine.
Good for
you
you.
know?
Good for you.
But
Good for you.
that's how I see it.
Because we're all one, eh? Ultimately, we're all one.
exactly.
And religion
We are one
likes to
part
divide
of,
us.
Like this collective consciousness.
Yes.
And once we die, we go back to it.
Yes, brother.
Just like there's a tree of consciousness,
Yeah.
and we are all connected to
Yeah.
it from the branches.
Yeah.
And the fruit falls from
Yeah.
it, goes back to the ground, and goes back to Mother Nature. again.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's how
But
I see it.
can I offer you one more thought then on that? Is that
Definitely.
imagine if like the consciousness was like a pool of water, and every good soul that died went in clean water, and every bad soul that died put in dirty water. Then eventually the water is either going to get clean or dirty, depending on the way of the consciousness. And I think that's possibly our mission: is to actually choose the clean life in so that we add to the
Definitely.
clean to the consciousness rather
I
than
understand what you mean, but that's way too subjective, you know.
okay.
What I think like how nature displays itself, it's all part of love, you know. And
That's right.
when we like quarrel or if someone doesn't get along with each other,
Yeah.
that means that that bond specifically was just not meant to be.
Okay.
You know, not everyone is made for each other.
Yeah.
Some people are made more for each other. That's why they fall in love perfectly and they stay together forever. Instead, some divorce and
Yeah.
separate themselves.
How old are you, my friend?
I'm 23.
Damn, you got a really smart mind.
Thanks.
Really smart mind.
Study psychology.
All right.
University.
Well, lovely to meet you,
Yeah,
and
nice
all the
meeting you,
best,
man.
man.
Take
Stay
care of
well.
yourself.
Have no
Yeah,
fear, man. Stay well. It's all love. Yes, it's all love. One love. Hey, well, that was a nice conversation. My hands are pretty frigid right now. Oh no, not that cold, but I might just put a little bit of love here on the. So what? Everybody's locked down. I'm upside down. Someone coming through here. That's great. That's great. There's no one around. I'll write it again. Fear not. Something biblical. Again, I don't have to quote the Bible, but you know what I mean. Something epic is going on. Okay? Something epic is going on. Thanks for stopping by the way. I haven't really been looking at the old, hey, Brian Stavely. Nice to see you. You are a legend, mate. You just keep pounding it out there, man. And I guess now if your restaurant shut down, you're forced to stay at home. You got 24 hours a day coverage. Good for you, my friend. Hill Underground, hello, mate. Me in Lincoln, suppose. Yeah, lovely buildings. I think this building, though, is missing its spire. I have a suspicion that this would have had a spire at some point. But I mean, oh yeah, this was probably built in about 5 years. Slaves. How? Slaves. We're all brothers and sisters, yes we are. Long live the Queen. Miss Karen B here. Hey Karen. Nice to see you, if you're still here. Yeah, that was a nice conversation and a bit of a highlight really. That guy was so bright. So bright. I wonder if this couple would like to have a chat. Hello. Would you like a chat? Quick conversation? Stay well, be well. Thank you. It's all good. Don't believe everything the media tell you.
Try not to.
Yeah. Well, perhaps don't believe any of it. Yeah, I've been hunkered down for a week up in Lincoln. Well, look, they've seen my... Fear not, my friends. We've been lied to by all who control us. Have you looked into the idea that we cannot live on a spinning globe? Water doesn't cling to the outside of a ball. Yes? Earth might be flat. Government's lying about everything. Everything and everything. I think I interrupted a lovely couple on their weekend away. Feels like a permanent weekend, doesn't it? Yeah, I've been hunkered down and managed to, thanks to Jason for lending me his camper van, and I'm parked up outside a lovely South African lady's house who has given us shelter, and my friend Ian here has given us food, so we're in good shape at this point in time. But as that guy said at the wine shop earlier on, of course, critical services wine shop, This could go on for 12 weeks. And of course, they're even floating much longer periods of time as part of the PSYOP. Perhaps they do that so that they say, well, look, it's only going to be 12 weeks now, not the 3 years or the 6 months or the whatever else you've heard. So we'll see about how that all works out. Just taking it easy at the moment, just really trying to take it easy and not go kind of, like loopy, just sitting around with nowhere to be but at home. All right, guys? All right? But people are keeping apart from each other. It's a weird thing. Yeah. It's a weird thing. It's a strange thing. We're regarding each other as potential threats, each of us. And even if we're not saying it, just the mere act of believing that is actually damaging, I'm sure, to something of us. Did you see my video the other day? We were here, actually. In case you didn't, I'll quickly detour past that rather grotesque artwork that is just very Christian.
There's a flying monkey. A flying monkey.
Flying monkey. Let's have a look. Come with me. We're at Lincoln Cathedral. I think these are cast stones. They're not hewn by hand, and they're bubbling and so often. You see.
On the top right-hand corner, there's a winged monkey.
There you go. Winged monkey. Yeah, I know the Queen definitely has our best interest at heart, Brian.
To be honest, I've always practiced social distancing for most of my life, so
This is just another day at the office.
yeah.
Yeah. I think the pound sign would have been added later on. I don't know if it was original, but perhaps it's just not that
I
old.
think this whole part was erected in 2011.
That stone looks newer.
Mm.
But yeah, I can see the stamp. And you come around the other side. There's a goat's horn. Whoa. Whoa. And I think if I remember correctly, this has been blocked off because it no longer works. It's a half door. So again, evidence of mud floodery. Yeah, I might put a little bit more chalk down. But there's the red brick. So we've been talking about this as a red brick building underneath there. I'll have to go around the corner. Hold on. Hang on, guys.
Oh, dude.
Oh, I
He
just...
chokes my under.
Really?
Yeah.
You can give me some torch.
Very good.
There's red brick in there. And I think that is... Yeah, it's not that deep, but it's deep enough. It's like a...
Yeah.
Why? Hello, friends. You all right? All right. It's all good.
So, this is red brick underneath this cladding.
Yeah.
To what end?
What end? What end? And
Why would they do that to trick us?
also to, I mean, these rosaries, what are they called? Oculus. They are astoundingly beautiful and intricate and so on. So the people who were building on top of the red brick weren't Muppets. They weren't fools. I'm just going to hit a little bit of chalk here. I like being in the shelter. You never know. How was it Brian was talking about? It's too late for some people. He's right.
If they're starting from scratch, the whole
Yes.
conspiracy, research, then I think it is too late.
Well, there is this idea that such an event occurs, and people are so shocked that they actually go, wow, Ian was right all along. Let me go and listen to him like he's a teacher, and I'm a student who knows absolutely nothing. And so that people who are like us, having had the opportunity to look at a lot of stuff and do a fair bit of research, become people that those who realize the trick are willing to listen to and set aside their egoic cognitive dissonance. That's an option, and of course there will always be those that continue to fill the smart cities. I feel like the smart cities that we see being built around us and the condensation of people into those smart cities, home working, so that more people can live and work inside the confines of the box, the city. That we will see those people continuing to have a more digitally enhanced, digitally connected life, and the rise of the AI maybe within the cyborg human. Like they always try and pretend that they've got these robots that can do human-like things. Well, I don't see that technology at all yet. I think that it's much more that it's implanting humans with technology, and then being able to, as they have done, control the minds and the actions of people. It is like a spell. This coronavirus reaction is a magic spell, and it has worked perfectly well from that. I think I might just have to put a little chalk down here. These shops are all closed. There's no one to talk to, Harry was saying. John Smith Globe Live was saying it's really difficult to be struggling to the street, and certainly street activism at the moment. It's almost pointless. Yeah, getting people to talk is difficult right now, and there's no one to talk to. You can see this is a Tuesday, midday or something in the afternoon, a few hours in the afternoon. No, pub closed, everything closed. The odd person, there's more pigeons than people. The spell has worked infinitely well, beyond anything I could ever predicted. And we're caught in a trap. We're going to have to see it out and help each other through it. So, as I said earlier, if you want to email me for conversation or some support or whatever, then please do. I owe it to my little community of friends here on the YouTube to give something back. I've been so well taken care of by the YouTube community. Not that we're sitting on any money, but that it has brought us to this incredible juncture, intact, in good shape, and we're going to we're gonna ride this out and come through the other side stronger and more focused and more certain of the rectitude of our actions and our thinking. Our friend from if you didn't catch that conversation, if you were late to the stream, go back in at the beginning. We had a great conversation with a guy at the wine shop. Ended up being very fruitful. Just a useful conversation. But you can see ultimately people are buying the fear, and the risk is real, very, 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 very real. And ultimately we have to allow for the little sting in the tail, and that is that they come back. Brian, if you're still listening, that that they do switch something on, and all of a sudden you start seeing people that getting seriously sick. That's the time when we who've been shouting COVID is a hoax will look out of place, dangerous, and be considered to be a threat. And your channel, if you've been banging on about COVID's a hoax, then they'll go, oh, you see, Fred, you've been spreading this kind of laissez-faire approach to this, and you're the problem now, and your family members. If heaven forbid this happens within people's families, but if this starts happening within people's families, they'll go, shit, you see, your attitude and your whole thing, as well as the flat earth, it's all bullshit. So I think we need to be thoughtful that kind of sting in the tail isn't coming, and then all this preparedness, all this downtime. I don't see a lot of police around here. I think they're on downtime. They're all getting a little bit of a break ahead of some kind of flood, possibly. Right? So I'm just leaving that there because I think we need to be super cautious that this isn't about to kind of bite us in the backside, and we do see, because if 5G does have saying 5G does have this risk factor to it, then this is how they're covering it. This is how they will cover it. Or it could be something completely different. Just simply the vaccine program. But and of course they needed to bring about this economic collapse, this shutdown and economic collapse, and a reliance, as that guy was saying, that the bottle store on bailouts from the World Bank, which means essentially giving the World Bank authority over you, because I don't care who's in power, but give me the power to print the money, and or something Rockefeller or one of the Rothschilds, and that's what we're giving them, is the license to go and print a whole bunch of money. Backed on the future, diminishing today, but this is all part of the soul journey. So keep your soul strong, and we'll all right, lads. All right. We'll leave it there. Yeah. Did you want to say anything, my friend? Ian's still here.
I would recommend. Everyone's gonna have a choice to make.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna have to choose whether they want to live in the system, in the 5G system, or off grid.
Yeah.
So just make the most of the internet, just in case they decide to take it away. Learn all those skills you haven't got around to learning yet, whether it's making fires or preparing animals for eating or anything that's going to be useful to you. Now's the time to study and prepare.
there you go. Some great advice from Ian, just to get you thinking about doing some research on those things. Because I mean, this could turn very different. Where we've got to be prepared. It's like our lives as we knew it went away the other day. I don't know whose house you're living in, but everything's closed, even the Jew's house. So, should I say goodbye? Hey Shane, good chat, thanks. Thank you. You guys be well, man. Lincoln and Camper, yeah. Oh, hi there, Harry. Nice to see you, my friend. I've enjoyed street activism. You just never get out. There were so many things going on, for one reason or another. So I won't belabor that. But it's lovely to see you, and I hope you're well, and Tara as well. Everything going groovy for you, and we'll talk again soon. I'm sure Ian and I will try and get out more and keep you up to speed with our life. Andrea's doing extremely well. She's doing very, very well, and because she's reading the astrology, she's very much of the view that she's comfortable with the fact that yes, it's going to be challenging, but this is all by design, and we must hold our course, stay with love, and in the end, well, all will be as it will be, and I think it's all good. So you stay well, and I'll see you all soon.